Boy, you know you make me float. Boy, you really give me high. Ooh, I feel like I'm on dope, 'cause you.
What's up, y'all? This is the Queen Opinion Podcast coming at y'all with another episode. As y'all already know, I am Queen Jazz.
And I am Queen Kira.
And y'all got to excuse the look. I know I'm super casual today, got my hat on, my jeans on, and shit like that. But get what? Your girl just came back from making a play. I was like, I'm finna pull up on sis them and be like, hey, got some shit to say. Pull out the camera. Let's run it. So, what we finna talk about? I'm just in a good mood, y'all. Like, lately, a lot of things just been kind of like weighing on me and just holding me down. Like, I just been feeling like, a little depressed here, a little sad here, having a little happy moments there, and but today I feel so like light and just free. Like, I made a conscious effort and a decision to not let nobody's shit affect me and what I got going on. So I'm feeling real good today. Like, I'm extra hype. I came over here, I had my little gangster music on and shit like that. And so I'm man. What we finna talk about this? Because I'm ready. I'm on one. I'm turned, bro. I'm turned.
Yeah,
My goddamn, my face still a little swollen, y'all, but this shit went down. Thank God for antibiotics and fucking Tylenol and shit. So man, let's go. Let's tease this. Let's tease. Yes.
Right. So that's good that you just hit on that about basically not allowing nobody's shit.
Man,
to
fuck them
overpower
folks,
you.
okay? You feel me?
Period.
But go ahead, though.
It's another one. We're going to throw another one up there. But anyway, that's good because we tend to allow, especially people that you care about, or when you be worried about what people got to say to you, you take on their shit along with dealing with your own.
Exactly.
Especially when you're probably trying to come out your own or dealing with your own the way you know how to deal with it. People have a tendency, especially people that you care about, they have a tendency allowing their shit to pour into you. And when you already be having shit going on, it's not that you don't be want to hear about other people's stuff. Don't get me wrong. You be here for those people or whatever. But sometimes, as far as like, in my opinion and my personal belief, the strong get weak too, or the strong need encouragement too. And people tend to forget that. When you this strong person or you carrying a lot of shit with other people's stuff or even your own, they tend to forget. Shit, strong people have weak moments as well.
Don't let the fucking happy and smiling faces and you looking at her from the outside looking in and you think that she got everything. Baby,
and we have
I
to
be
be
broken
mindful of that.
sometimes in
we
here.
have to be mindful of that. Sometimes we forget too, like, if you always a person checking on people, making sure they straight, taking on their shit and going through different stuff because of other people and what they got going on. Because when you're a kind-hearted person or you are that person that everybody go to, you hate when stuff be going on. And then you be mindful of the things that you do when it comes to your own shit. And we in 2023, we got to stop allowing ourselves to take on people's shit. And then we forget about ourselves in the mix. Or when we're battling and going through stuff, people are not allowing you to go through, or they feel like you don't have stuff going on. I have a associate that was dealing with somebody that's real close to them. Like, everything is okay when they're pouring into that person and doing for that person. But as soon as they have a moment, because people forget that you have moments and everybody deal with their moments different. Some people kind of like drift off. Some people may take the time out just to get away for a minute or have to do something totally different at that time.
Right.
You got to give people their time. Or don't be selfish and allow what's then happen with you to get on them. And long as it's about you, you good. But when they have a moment, it's like, well, I can't believe you got stuff going on. Like Queen Jazz said, fuck them folks. Because life gonna keep lifing. And when you have stuff going on, only you can deal with it a certain type of way. And people just got to learn to allow you to do that.
Exactly.
So I'm glad that you're in a good mood today.
Hell yeah, I'm in a good. You know what? I used to be a person where. No, it took me a while. I went through kind of stages and shit. I used to be a very passive person. It used to take a lot to, like, bother me. Like, I would have to be up to here for me to, like, fucking explode. Like, I would take on a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Then I went through a phase where, you know what? I'm going to start matching energy.
Absolutely.
And then I was talking to a friend, and he was like, why? Why match energy? And I said, what the fuck you mean?
Yeah.
What you giving,
That's what
I'm
going
going
to
to get back.
to you. Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? He was like, that's a problem. And he was just starting to break that shit down to me, like, just because that person giving you this and you giving it, you ain't got to reciprocate that. And this shit, like, when he said, I'm like, damn, like, it kind of penetrated me a little bit, because I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? Like, you right. So now, somebody try to come at me with some fuck shit. All right, I hear you. And I might say a little bit, but I'm not going to internalize that shit like I
Or
used to.
you can take it another way. I hear you, but I ain't finna deal with that shit. I got my own stuff
That's what I've been
going
doing.
on.
That's what
Because
people
that's
just
what
been
people
coming
tend
at
to
me.
do. But that's what they tend to do. When they're so used to you being available and allowing yourself to just be that person for them, where are they when you need them? And sometimes you got to be selfish with yourself. You got to be selfish with protecting yourself at times as well. And we tend to forget that when it comes
That's what
to
I'm
being
saying. I'm
that
protecting
person
my
for people
energy
and your peace, your everything.
Exactly.
Your sanity
Exactly. It
is
ain't worth
important.
it. It's not worth it.
It's
like,
not. And I get where he's coming from with that, and I totally understand it. At the same time, I'm not gonna match what you doing, but I can get rid of what the fuck you doing.
oh,
That
that's what
stuff
I'm
ain't gotta
saying.
be
That's what I'm
around
saying.
me.
I ain't matching
don't
no
want it.
energies no more. Like,
I don't
but
want it.
I'm what you said.
Yeah.
I'm taking and
Taking
I'm discarding
into
that shit.
consideration.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
internalizing nothing no more.
Yeah.
Whatever you try to give me, whatever evil
Yeah.
you trying to spew over here, baby, just know it ain't
What
gonna
they
impact
saying
me
is
the way that
like-
it used to.
What they
It's
say
not.
is like anytime somebody may say something, the best response is okay,
Oh yeah.
bet,
Oh yeah.
cool.
That man, if I go
Everything
through my
just
phone
short.
right
I'll
now,
holler at
okay.
you. We good. And another thing too, how you come at me is what you're going to get. If I don't feel like it, and I had to come to the point, because again, like you stated, I was taking on everybody's everything, and then it's like, Kira having a moment.
And where them folks at when
Where
Kira having
they
a
at?
moment?
Not only that, Kira have moments too, but you also got to be held accountable too. Allowing yourself to let it be known. I have moments too, and putting people where they're supposed to be in that bracket of what you got going on. If people don't know that you have moments or go through stuff, the selfish part of them, they'll continue to feel like they can just pour out and put all their shit on you.
Oh,
But it
yeah.
comes to a point in time when you have to stand up for yourself and be like, listen, I get you got whatever you may have going on, but so do
But
I.
in this moment,
It's
I'm
about
gonna take
me at
care of
this
this
moment. I'ma
being
take
right
care of
here,
this. I'ma take
and
care of this.
I'll catch up with y'all later.
Absolutely.
But in this moment, yes, the fuck, I'm finna be selfish as the fuck, because
Absolutely.
you gotta take care of you. You only get one life,
Yep.
and shit it ain't worth it. Like,
It's not.
like
It's really not.
it's easier said than done, because I
Yeah.
still, like, I'm a work in progress. Like Steve
Absolutely.
Harvey said, God's still working on me.
Right.
So if you catch me and I'm giving it to a motherfucker, just know he ain't through with me yet, and I ain't all the way there.
And it was
But
a reason for him to have and for it to go that way as well.
but I'm constantly working on me, because
Yeah.
the way I feel today, y'all, like, I feel so good,
That's
and
good.
and shit just been coming at me left and fucking right.
Yeah.
Like, I've been getting it, I've been catching hell, but I feel so light, because I'm not giving in to none of that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not allowing it to break me no more. I'm not allowing it to put me in a bad place. Man,
And it takes time too.
it do.
It does.
It took
take time.
a lot to get
when
me
you
here.
are when you characterize yourself as this good person, you just try to make sure you be the best you can be for whomever and whatever the situation or circumstance is. It be kind of hard to be like, well, no, okay, I see where they coming from. I'm going to down myself or kind of like dumb me down a little bit and let them have their moment. But shit, again, sometimes you get tired of that. Who gonna be there for you when you always there for somebody? Everybody needs something or somebody to pour into them, or so they're able to pour out into others. And when you
Exactly.
don't allow yourself
let
to
nobody.
do that,
What if you gonna
man,
take away
please.
anything from this? Don't ever allow nobody to come and empty your tank
Absolutely.
and not refill that shit.
Absolutely. Because once your cup is empty, nobody's having to be able to fill that shit up but you. And depending on where
Exactly.
you are, state of mind, and how you feeling, it takes steps to do that. And having to start that shit all over again. When you come to a point in your life where you just like, you know what? I'm finna start doing for me. It's okay to be selfish sometime, because if you don't allow yourself to be selfish with yourself sometime, you're going to always fall for that person or that situation when it comes to them needing or wanting you. It's okay to want somebody to be on your corner. It's okay for you want somebody to listen to you for a change. It's okay for you to want to just be like, you know what? I ain't having this shit today.
Exactly.
I don't want none of that negativity to come in my way. And if you always around somebody that got something going on that's negative and it's always something,
Remove
you gotta
yourself.
remove yourself
ASAPishly.
real quick, because that shit
Get
will
the
fall
fuck
on
from around
you.
them.
It'll
What?
fall on you, and
What?
it's easy for
And that
us
shit
to do.
is very
Yes.
like what I learned. My peace, my sanity,
Absolutely.
my good energy. That shit is expensive. You
My
know what I'm saying?
wine
Like
is too.
it's fucking expensive, and I ain't finna allow nobody. I ain't finna let that shit.
It
I
ain't
can't
no
even
more.
say it right
Yeah,
because
it ain't gonna
it's
ride
the way that
anymore.
I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
Like y'all ain't none of y'all finna cost me my peace,
Yep.
my sanity, none
Absolutely.
of that. Like,
and especially when you done been there and done that, or every time it's always something, or you keep going through the same situation when it comes to that person or that situation and keep interrupting. You got to be the change in order for you to see the change. You got to take those necessary steps in order for you to allow those things to move and walk forth into your life. That's why it is great and good to keep a positive energy, keep positive people around you, keep yourself uplifted, make sure you pray, make sure you seek God in everything that you do. That's a given fact. But stand on it. Stand on it, because the more somebody with negative energy or is always woe me come into play, you will never find time, if you allow them, you'll never find time to just be like, you know what, I don't deserve that, and I don't deserve to continue to allow you to keep coming in to do that to me, because then it becomes your fault. It becomes your fault, because there's a saying, you are what you allow.
exactly.
And then people will
Exactly.
treat you how you allow them to treat you. So as long as you allow somebody to keep just always,
And that's
it's gonna
like
be
you just
something.
said, it's gonna start controlling you.
It will.
It's gonna control
It will.
every aspect about
It
you.
will.
And
It will.
man, don't
Like
let
how
these
you
people do
came
that.
over here feeling good and you like, let's run it or whatever the case may be. Ain't no telling where it was at one point in time. You like, man, I just don't feel like it. I'm just making myself. It feels good to
Since
come
I
up
came
out of
over
that
here, you
funk.
remember I came over here one time in tears for some shit
Absolutely.
had done. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna say that there's never gonna be moments where I don't cry the shit
you're
out.
human.
Like exactly.
You're human.
And crying is good for me. And
Yeah.
it allows me to
Yeah.
release my emotions and shit. And I
Yeah.
am a crybaby to the core of me. I
Yeah.
can't help it. That's that Cancer 69 shit in me. But I'm making, like I said, I'm making a conscious effort and a decision every day to not allow nobody toxic behavior to control me and how I move and how I think
Or
and how I
yours
react.
with somebody else.
Exactly,
You gotta
people,
it's give and take.
people have
Yeah.
like I have been in situations, whether it be relationships or friendship, and it was just toxic, and I
Yeah.
was allowing. They were subjecting me to their toxicity, and I was becoming a toxic person.
Absolutely.
And that's not me.
Yeah.
Like nothing about me. Don't get me wrong. I can be toxic. I can
Yeah.
with a fucking capital T
T,
and
yeah.
a capital C.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can be that person, but I don't want to be that
Yeah,
person.
absolutely.
So I had to start removing myself out of those situations that was becoming me to be a person that I don't want to be.
Yeah.
Because even though I felt that I was only reacting off of their energy,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, but you still a problem because you are allowing them. And it's not
Yep.
just one occurrence. It's
Yep.
not just one time. You're constantly allowing this person or this thing to get you to this place.
Yep.
So what does that say about you?
Yep.
Even though you might say you don't enjoy it, and it's not a good thing to go through. But when you got something about it giving you
It's giving
something
you life.
because you
Yeah.
still there and
Yeah.
you still taking on that shit.
Yep.
So when I got what they say, like R. Kelly say, when a woman is fed up, and this don't
That
got to be
part.
in relationships.
Yeah.
This can be this universal. When
Yeah.
a woman is fed up
There's nothing
and
you
she's
can do
sick and
about
tired
it.
of
Yeah.
the bullshit, regardless of what it is, she's gonna exit stage.
Left.
Is it left or right?
It's left.
She gonna
It's
exit.
left.
I don't
You
give a
gonna
fuck.
exit left so you can continue to go right. That's how that's a
We
new
like
one.
that. I
Yeah,
like
we
that.
gonna do that.
Exit left so
So
I
you
can
go
continue.
right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That
was
that's
a
for
gem.
2023.
That was
That's
a gem.
what we're gonna do. Absolutely.
Period.
Because
Period.
we get to this point where we just like, with Mary J. Blige like, no more drama. We not taking no more. But people will start coming around, especially like I keep saying, people that you care about. And then the kind of heart that you have, that plays the part in it too.
Oh man,
People can take
people
advantage of that
exactly.
shit. They can
They
take
sense
advantage
that.
of
They
it.
sense that
They
shit.
sense that you're a good person. They see or heard different things that you have done for others or even for them. Let me see how long I can play off of this when they come in and they on their BS. But when you do like that wake up call to yourself, then you the problem. Or I can't believe this person that did this to me. I can't believe. Oh,
you should hear.
changing.
You can hear. You
Oh,
if you could
changing.
only hear the
I can't
stories
believe
that I
she
have
did
heard
this
about
to me.
myself.
And again, it's fuck you to that too, because if I keep allowing you to treat me or do me any kind of way, the only benefit I'm gonna get out of that is continue being hurt, continue being let down, continue to turn anxiety, depression, and different stuff keep arising when it ain't no change. Because again, you have to be the change that you want to see.
Absolutely.
And if that person or that situation is not changing itself, now that shit still falls on you. Now, don't get me wrong. You give people chances. You give people grace. You allow them
Don't
to do
give
certain
too many
things.
people too many
But-
chances. You don't need the
Exactly.
same lesson. You do
Exactly.
not need the same lesson.
Exactly.
It's not gonna teach you nothing different.
Exactly. You
The
have to
same
be
toxic
mindful of
shit
that.
gonna yield the same toxic shit.
Absolutely.
It's not. It's
Absolutely.
never going to.
Absolutely. You have to be mindful of that. And in the process of it, you just have to continue to keep going, because you are what you allow. And the more you allow somebody to do something to you and play out for you and treat you any kind of way and make you feel like this and have you in this situation, have you in this mood, have you messed up, they be having you fucked up for real, you going to continue to sit. Things are going to continue to build. And then when you explode,
And guess what?
Boom.
Them folks gonna be gone,
Absolutely.
living their life,
Doing
and you
their
gonna be
thing.
in this funk
Yep.
because of somebody
and
else.
then you won't be able to pour out like you know you can, because you have set and allowed certain things to continue to happen, to continue to fester itself up. And then it's like, well, damn, they moving on and living their best life while you sitting
Absolutely.
around here upset, mad, depressed, and just wondering why and what caused this to happen. Fuck that. Get up every day making yourself a conscious decision. Hey, I'm going to be better than what I was yesterday. I'm going to live my life. I choose to be happy. I choose to be in a better space, a happiest place when it comes to dealing and valuing me, because that takes value of yourself also.
Absolutely.
You have to be mindful of who you give that to. And
Yep.
when it goes left, you got to make it right. You got to make it right for yourself and for this up here. And one thing I want this to always do is to be at peace. And my sanity is
Absolutely.
everything. My peace is everything. And that's what I choose to live and walk in.
Absolutely.
A happy, go lucky, peaceful, successful life. Because I'm on a journey. And I only get one of them things called life. And I want to live it to the fullest. And anything that come with it that's not helping me or guiding me or helping me along the way, you got to go. You got to go.
It got to go.
So with you saying that, you really just amped me up. You woke me up, because it takes a lot to build that too. Because when you are this person,
when
people
you
sense that,
exactly,
like you said,
and
they play
you
off
so
of it.
used to accommodating and fulfilling everybody else
Yep.
that, like we've been saying on a few episodes, you forget about yourself.
Yep.
And it's okay to be selfish sometimes.
Yeah, you have to be.
You got to be.
It's a friendly
you
reminder.
Got to, exactly.
It's a friendly reminder.
Exactly.
That's a growth spurt too. It shows
take
where
a
your
lot,
growth and your
'cause
change has come and
yes,
take place. Yeah,
yes.
you got to,
Because it take you out of your comfort zone. Because
It does.
even when I do, pamper myself or be like, you know what,
It's gonna be.
I'm finna tap into Jasmine. Yeah,
Yeah.
You feel weird because you're not used to doing
Yep.
that.
You
But
always
you got
catering
to
to
allow
others.
yourself
Yep.
to you have to allow yourself that capacity to take care of you.
Absolutely.
Like, man, you got to. You
And
got
again, you keep filling up for everybody else. Once it has ran out, you got to rebuild and refill that shit right on back up. And you might not have the same ingredients to fill it up this go round, because you done poured everything out, and all the season and different mixtures that you've had in place for that person. You got to start all over again. And when you're making something and creating something and trying to build something, it takes steps. It takes direction. And it takes focus. And it takes you keep going. When something comes in to stop that and slow it down, it just defeats the purpose of having the whole recipe set up for you to be able to manifest and eat with and at the table that you tried to build for yourself. So back to that and just being real, when something is coming in to tear you down, and even if it accomplished that, while you still breathing and have air in your body, rebuild. Get yourself back together.
Exactly.
Make sure you just don't allow yourself to sit in it either. Because sometimes we tend to sit in the shit that's been transpired. Whether we were the problem, the other person was the problem, the situation, or whatever it may have been. We have to regain who we are and remember that. And also remember, for your strong people, your strong friends or whatever, know that they have moments too.
Exactly. And like I've been seeing
They
this
have
post
moments.
circulating on Facebook, check on your people.
Absolutely.
Quit assuming that
They good.
Exactly. And that, because I ain't heard from her, that person acting funny.
Yeah.
Like they said on Facebook, everything is not about you.
Yep.
Get out of that shit. Like
Yep.
that's that selfish shit
Yep.
that I don't like.
Yeah.
But I seen that post and I wanted to be petty so bad and send that to
Certain people.
this you.
Absolutely.
This you.
This is how I
A
feel.
person,
And
I ain't
then,
being
too,
funny. I ain't never been that person.
Having those conversations. This is how I'm feeling right now. And then sometimes, just know everybody don't want to be bothered all the time. Just because you used to seeing me laughing, smiling, and joking, or whatever the case may be, sometimes people just don't want to be bothered. And be okay with that. Because
It's
like you
okay.
said, that's being
Exactly.
selfish if you don't allow people to have
Being selfish for the
moments.
right reasons.
Absolutely.
Though. It's okay, like we said, be selfish for the right reasons.
Yeah.
The other shit, when you're being selfish, it ain't a good thing. But
Yeah.
for this moment and for this reason and for this season,
Let people have
we
their
gonna have
time.
them selfish moments
And let them
because we
have
taking
them
care of
moments.
us. We taking care of this. We
Absolutely.
getting this together. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, girl, it's just, girl, I feel light as a
I am
feather,
glad.
girl. I feel light as
am
a feather, girl.
glad.
I can fucking,
love
girl.
that. I love that.
Girl.
Because we all need those moments. And it's okay. And anybody that don't allow you to have those moments because they're being selfish and just thinking about themselves, you need to go on and cut them off.
Red
Fuck
flag.
them.
You already know.
Seriously.
You don't need no more.
Absolutely.
Oh, and one other thing.
Go
You gotta
for it,
stop.
sis.
You gotta stop hanging on to potential and what somebody could possibly turn
Yeah.
out to be. That
Absolutely.
shit will cost you in the end.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I ain't got
Don't waste
time.
your
I ain't going
time
on
for
nobody potential no more.
Yeah.
What I see,
What you see is what
like
you
my
get.
sister told me before, a tiger don't change his stripes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So now, what you give me and what I see, oh yeah. Not to say God can't change a person
Right.
or a person can't change,
Right.
but I'm not allowing you, I'm not even finna allow you to hurt me or disappoint me.
If I can
None of that.
prevent it, yeah,
Exactly.
this time,
None
if
of
I
that.
can prevent it, and know that people have moments. We have become so selfish when it comes to this person. Maybe like you just stated, I ain't heard from such and such in a while. I have friends that I don't talk to every day, months at a time. When we talk, we pick right back up, and then too, if you feeling a way about a person, check on them.
Check on them.
If
If
you
you
so
think that
used to them,
person acting
check on
funny,
them.
even if you
Just
think that
check
person
on
acting
them.
funny, be like, hey man,
What's going on?
on?
You good? What's
You know,
up? 'Cause
exactly.
sometimes people be wanting to hear that as well, and not it always being pertaining about you. That's selfish as fuck. You got to be mindful that everybody has a moment. Everybody's going to go through something, including yourself. And you put yourself in that person's shoes when, oh, wait a minute, I didn't talk to that person. Or I didn't go through this at this point in time. You put yourself in that situation. We have to be mindful of that. We have to take the time out to not always thinking that it's about us, because it's not. And then, too, people don't be giving a fuck. You got to be mindful of that, too. Because even with me not hearing from you, you not hearing from me, guess what? Life's still lifing. And it's going to keep on lifing as we continue to live the life that has been given to us. But just to wrap this up, man, be mindful of how you treat people. Be mindful that people do go through shit. And be mindful that it is okay to be selfish with yourself. Queen Jazz feeling good, and I am glad about that, because that plays a part in different shit that we have going on. Same thing with me. If she's not having a good day, shit, that's going to affect me. If I'm not having a good day, I know for a fact it affects her. That's the relationship that you got to have with people that you fuck with, too. And it's okay not to take it personal. So,
oh yeah.
as we say all the time, we appreciate
Fuck
y'all.
with Queen's Opinion Podcast on motherfucking
Period.
YouTube,
All that.
Instagram,
All
Facebook, TikTok, probably even Snapchat. I don't know what all we got, but
YouTube, Pandora, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all of it.
all of it.
Stay tuned. Oh, if y'all want to come on this show,
Man, we finna, you know what? No way. You
2023
know what?
better go
Y'all
and sell
finna get
these
on
folks.
these shows. Y'all
All
finna
of
get
it.
on these shows, man. We
We
finna
need
have panel discussions. We finna have all of that. Cocktails
of
and conversations.
All of
Motherfucking weed and
Got
wine
games and
downs.
shit coming
Man,
out.
we got it
Yeah.
all, man.
Stay
Like
tuned.
we
Just
finna
stay
turn
tuned.
it
We got
up,
some
bruh.
stuff coming.
And
Continue to subscribe and watch and follow and comment on all of our
right, don't be
platforms.
selfish.
Please
Share
don't.
our shit, man.
Yeah.
People want to see us,
Exactly.
man. Don't be trying to,
Keep us to yourselves.
exactly.
Let the
I
world
mean, we
about it.
know we dope, but a share ain't never cost. Now
Period.
it ain't never cost nobody nothing to do a little share. So I'm just putting that out there because
Period. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend.
exactly,
About
exactly.
QOP. That's it. That's all it is. So, with that, we're going to leave y'all with stay encouraged, man. Don't allow nobody to make you feel no type of way when you're trying to do better for yourself. Be selfish with yourself from time to time because we all need it. And then, too, while y'all doing all of that, make sure y'all stay tuned for more. For we are the Queen's Opinion Podcast. That part.
Gang, gang.
We out.